This master Luke Chen. Today we want to talk about Tao Te Ching and Qigong. And now it's very important to understand that the concept of the Wu Wei from here to here to here, just like music, here, boom, boom, boom. So here, now, and then in the future, in the past. So within, release, absorb. So you can see release, absorb. So every movement is based on release, absorb. Now, as soon as you can, of course, layer by layer, just like the onion, you peel it off. One is relax first, and head touch the sky, feet on the earth, coccyx tuck in. Every absorb, you turn your coccyx in a clockwise direction, release anti-clockwise, or if you prefer, you can do the opposite. But anyway, every absorb, release, you turn. And then of course then after you train your coccyx, your tailbone, and then shoulders, and then the middle dantian, and all those relax. This is required concentration. So when you're doing the 6 direction La Qi, then you pay attention on those points, important points. And then after all those done, all those heavier already, and then the question, when you really going to start to realizing it, stop and go, stop and go, and suddenly realize you see the time goes by. So we are actually live in a 3D world, actually 4D world, 4 dimensions, because we are moving with time, and but we have 3D creatures, but whatever you call it, but we have the high, up and down, left and right, front and back. It's a 3-dimensional, but with time is 4 dimension. So when we're doing the La Qi, we actually thinking not just 3-dimensional, but the 4 with incorporate with the time involved. So the time between stop and go, stop and go, stop and go, there's supposed to no time. Only when you start to move have time. So the time is the concept. It's continuously. So if you say ourself, ego, we continues moving. We are not fixed. If you the fixed, if you stuck in one place, then you stuck egoistically. You focus something, and then your rest of your body is not relaxed enough. So so the question is, how can you from here to here keep the concentration? In other words, it's mindfulness. So it's people mindfulness. Or some people, they do a lot of productivity, do a lot of work. How do you concentrate on the task right now? Because your time is moving. The time is moving, and of course there are two types of time. One is the clock, the watch time. So it's fixed. No matter in the morning, night, everything fixed. But we have another one. It's called psychological time. So how we feel, and so we are experiencing psychological time. So there's a release. The psychological time, that's how it goes. But if your mind goes away, that means your mindfulness is not here and now anymore. And but how you keep in the here and now, that's the question. So in Qigong, in 6 direction, we said, well, first you need to relax, and especially when you getting up in the morning, or before you go to bed, or whatever time you do the 6 direction, and then you need some of your mentally, you have to connect with your body, and then it takes time. So takes time means at least at the beginning release, absorb. So my personally is that don't go, just even though release should be go forward, and I deliberately let go, and just like the whole body just collapse, hanging on there, and just let your mind move you. And then when your mind, the hips are always relaxing, of course, and then I focus on the relaxing. So each person is different, but I focus on relaxing. After a few cycles of release, absorb, and then I am into it, and then I can activate the chi, move my body, and together with the rhythm. And then, of course, then you in the flow of things. Your mind is no more blockage. You're together with the whole flowing. Now, it's very difficult to do. So what? Now, fill in the gaps in between breath. Fill in the gap of here and now. So you put on the context here. You need to think of something. Now you say, well, I don't need to think of anything. I just empty, my mind is blank with the oneness. It's only when you're very high level. And whoever said this, I kind of doubt it. And how they probably seen it from the book, read from the book. I'm empty, I forget myself, I'm being one of things. Only when, for example, athletes play tennis, now the playing tennis, and when he reached, recently the champion in China, and then people comment that he already won with cosmic, one of the things, but he doing the ping pong ball, and he becomes one. So he's not thinking anymore, and become the flow of energy. So when he minds go, or he see the flow of things, it's a flow of it. Not even his mind, because one, that's what they say. Because when you see Michael Jordan, when they play basketball, and then a certain moment he just become basketball. So those moments, we call it Wu Wai in Tao Te Ching, that you actually become the environment, the Tao together with it. So the training, of course, in Qigong in 6 direction, we from release, absorb, starting from there. You fill up the gap. The fill up the gap. How to fill up the gap? First, the relaxing first. You fill up the gap with how to relax your shoulder, the shoulder blades inside, and your hips. How to relax all those things first, and then the toes and the fingers. You need to relax it, and then by relaxing, of course, you gain life. That's the Tao Te Ching chapter 55 said we become baby again. We tried it, and then so the body is not become a block. So we are not stressed. So everything just relax, and you listen to your mind. Then so we fill up your relaxation in your mind in between the gaps, and then your mind will going through it, moving hand forward, and then how observe it. Release, absorb, how it goes with the time, with the body. And then after you're doing that, imagine you like the grandfather clock, the clap bell of the clock moving forward and back. So then to fill the gap with those mental images until it become automatic. And then you let go of your mind, and then become your feeling. And then try to fill the gap with love, compassion, with all the Tao. And then, of course, now I fill it up. Once you fill it up with all those things, when you fill it up with that, then your body is so relaxed. Your mind just like you're sitting down there while you're moving. It's so relaxing. And then to a point then, my teacher, Tai Chi teacher, and he is very famous in China. Now he's passed away already, but it was a long time. But he told me that. So when he practiced Tai Chi, and he feel feel the sky blue sky, so everything so relaxed. To see how the world is underneath, and then together when he moves, everything moves. The sensations like that, and then now his mind 70% is relaxation, 30% in the form itself, and so he fill up his mind at the gaps between breath, the gap with relaxation, with happiness, with with energy, with oneness, with the cosmic. So all those things together, and then of course, nowadays it's always training. You can never say, "Well, I have it." No, it always when you find your mind is just stagnant, then fill it up with the new information about Tao or Tao Te Ching. That's what I'm doing, of the 8 secrets of Tao Te Ching. But anyway, today it's getting cold in Yangzhou a little bit. Not as cold as I know that somewhere in United States or Europe, some snowing nowadays. Not here, never snow here. But anyway, okay, love yourself, love others, love nature is the essence of Tao. I love you from Yangzhou.